been really exciting to see just how much the ecosystem has changed over the last few years. I never thought that we'd be launching a chain a day, but here we are.
Fun story is that we hacked the protocol 2 days ago. Was a pretty big one on Twitter.
Yeah, what did you guys do?
I won't name companies, but they use key providers. Because of their implementation, there's a particular privilege escalation for signing. So we actually got the server to sign whatever we wanted to sign. And the signature was to transfer all the assets out from their contract. We returned it. If you look on chain, you'll be able to see that.
There's good validators with zero commission, but people definitely get away with like 8% and even higher. Same thing with like MEV commission. Most people aren't at full zero. So I think we'll see similar dynamics with priority fees and potentially higher than the last two, just because it's one, more performance based. So there's probably more value added by the validators there. And then two, it's kind of like the last frontier of revenue for now. There's not like a fourth thing they can tap into. So I think they'll be a little bit more defensive with it.
One of the big problems with decentralized AI is that every data, every model is publicly available to everyone, which then brings problems about how can these systems actually, how can the data, how can the models be monetized if I can just access them and execute them locally, right? And so we believe that encryption and what we call privacy 2.0 is the answer to that. Not only being able to encrypt things, but being able to compute on top of encrypted shared state.
We think there's a really interesting design choice when it comes to a rollup and the base layer, which is Solana mainnet, because we think, one, chains are going to get faster, cheaper, block space commoditized, but there will always be liquidity on different chains, which means the MEV, the arbitrage between chains, are going to be a really interesting design choice. When the chains are really fast and the interrupt are also really fast, you can actually have embedded MEV between different chains.
Funnily enough, validator income from block rewards is actually lower because we have this huge downturn in volume that happens right about when this SIMD was activated. As schedulers get more sophisticated and validators get more sophisticated at block packing overall, I think that in the long run, this will translate into more revenue for validators directly through the protocol and just less unnecessary burn and the backroom deals that we were seeing happening.
If you look, for example, you'll see Microsoft canceling like $60-80 billion of data center build out. They're pushing all that inference to the edge now. They want these hyperscale fleets of inference at the edge. And essentially, we've been talking to tons of DeepIn AI projects. They're trying to push the same thing because they're all in data centers today. It's really an amazing time to be building out AI infrastructure.